So people be like working in the back, but then we could be like doing the show right here. Instead of having a brick wall in the back. Yo, what up? What's up? It's Wednesday. Hey, RodthePlanterLIVE show. Chicka chicka bow wow. Yeah, we had an awesome little location here outside of the random building in Austin, Texas. What?
Country Baptist Church.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Church of the Savior, I believe. So, no, we was trying to do some PD work today, man. Some personal development. We were gonna go see another speaker speak today and teach about mentoring, but we couldn't actually find the actual event. We just didn't get a lot of details. It was kind of a last minute thing. So I was going to try and bring it to you guys live. It's a friend of a friend, and so he's a motivational speaker out of Australia, and he was actually going to do this training about mentoring, and so I wanted to bring that to you guys on the live show, but we couldn't find him. So I said, hey, well, let's just pull up and let's go live nonetheless. I had an idea. I wanted to talk about goal setting. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the power of goal setting and what that shit can do in your life right now. I hope your Wednesday is beautiful. I hope your week is beautiful, man. I hope we're making progress out there. We're making progress on our goals and our dreams, right? That's going to be the key. That's going to be the key is the goals that you set are going to create your progress for you, you know? I think a lot of times people lack direction. You know, I hear a lot of kids out here a lot of times when we're talking, they say, well, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't know what my purpose is. You know, I don't really know, you know, what I want to do in my life. I'm still young. I still got, you know, all these opportunities ahead of me. And so, you know, I hear them and I say, well, first of all, I think everybody does have a purpose. I'm a believer of this idea called mechanical solidarity, right? And gosh, I wish I could remember which philosopher came up with this off the top of my head, but nonetheless, what the whole philosophy aims is that everybody was kind of ingrained with this certain purpose in them, you know? I like the word destiny, but I think it gets confused too much with fate, you know? And so I'm a decipher between these words destiny and fate and what they mean to me. A lot of times in the dictionary, people say they go hand in hand, but I really think they have specific meanings that are different because I think fate is something that people think is inescapable, right? Like if you're broke or poor, or you were destined to be broke and poor, or if you're sick, you're destined to be sick. This is your, you know, fate. Like
I think sometimes people use fate as a cop-out,
right?
Saying like, oh, well, yeah, no, it's my fate that I'm going to do this bad thing. You know, I just like, because of everything that happened in my life before, we let these limiting beliefs about our past dictate who we're going to be in the future. Which, I mean, if you want to do that, I'm not one to judge. But at the same time, you're really not giving yourself the credit of free thought and being able to choose where you want to go in life.
Right.
And I think we always have that choice by really how we perceive what happens to us.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, difference in fate and destiny. You're spot on with that. I think fate is a fucking cop-out shit. You know, like people be like, oh, well, you know, my family was this and I was that and I couldn't do it because, you know, God hates me. And come on now, you know, everybody has struggles. Everybody has strengths. You know, the name of the game is play up your strengths. You know, find what it is that you do well. Because there's a bunch of shit you do shitty. Trust me, I know there's a bunch of shit that I suck at. There's a bunch of shit that Ollie sucks at, that he's great at, that I'm not good at. That's why we teamed up together. We're good at different things. You know, we're good at separate things. And so you are good at something too. You know, God gives everybody this talent or you know what? I even think sometimes it doesn't even have to be a talent necessarily. Your likes, the things that you're interested in. Yeah, the things that make you want to get out of bed, the things that you watch on YouTube, they be different than the shit that I watch on YouTube. We just have different perspectives.
Some of these philosophers out here be saying that your passions and the things that you care about, that you really enjoy, are leading you astray, and that you want to live like a life of solidarity and stuff. But really, I think that our passions are what guide us towards a destiny that really fits with who we are.
Yeah, exactly. The things that you like and the reasons you like them, you don't have to explain to nobody. I know some of y'all like some weird shit out there I can't get down with. Music I can't get down with, you know.
You
art.
Like none of my beats.
Yeah. But other cats be coming through me and getting on, oh, this is that shit. You know, so look.
I know they're fire.
Everybody has their own niche in the world, right? And their like I said, own reasons, their own drives, their own motivations, their own purpose. And I think finding that in the world and then exploiting that or taking that to its full and abundant potential, I think that really in there is destiny, you know, and that's what I'm chasing. I feel like I have a destiny for my life, something that I'm called to do, you know, for whatever reason. I don't know where it comes from or why I'm attracted, but I just know that my strengths lie in teaching other people and speaking and using my voice and using, you know, I don't know, whatever, a platform. And so I chase that every day. I'm always developing on that, because although I think we're given raw emotions, like you said, or raw passions, they're undefined and undeveloped. It's like spirit, you know, that's what we're talking about, spirit, mind, and body. You're given the spirit aspect of, man, I want, some people out here, you want to build a rocket ship. I do. Me and Ollie, we were talking about some of Ollie's goals today. You should hear some of the shit that Ollie's trying to do. He said, I want to give away $100 trillion. You know?
That's lifetime, though.
But still, you see, that's a goal, though, and I like it. You know, it might be to the moon and back, but hey, it's set and it's written down, right? It's something to propel towards. So we talk about, like you said, if you know what your destiny is out there, then you're already half the battle's done, right? You know, like I said, there's a lot of people out here who are looking and searching. I tell you, the advice to you guys, if you're still looking and searching for that purpose, try it all, man. Get your hands dirty and whatever you can get it into. We talked about it before, I think just last week on the show. Jump in it, study it, learn it, and see if it really continues to call you down that path. I know that the path will start to morph after a while, you know, and that's half the fun, you know, that we talk about this, the journey. Don't get caught up in expectations, you know. We're going to talk about setting goals, but setting goals not as a way for you to set a hit or miss for your life, you know. I hear people when they talk about goal setting, they get so wrapped up in the idea, if I don't hit the goal, then I'm fucked, and my whole life is not working out the way I need it to, and I don't have enough pounds, and you know. Don't let your goal system, when we talk about systems, and we're just building a system here, don't let your system ruin you. Don't let it control you, okay? This is a system that's meant to guide you and propel you in a certain direction. I got together with the team today and I said, yo, I feel like we're not really progressing right now. We're not getting to another level. And I said, what's kind of holding us back? And I said, you know what I think's holding us back is we don't really have a clear set goal right now. You know, we have a lot of long-term goals and things that we want to accomplish for RodtheplanterLIVE, for horticulture marketing in the long term. But for right now, we just finished up a bunch of contracts. We don't really have anything that we're working, and we were just kind of all working on our individual projects, you know, him doing his art and creating some stuff, you know, doing his definitely the fashion is going a lot. Check out all these fashion blogs sometimes, guys. Yo, fuck that, man, because they should really be checking that.
Style.worldwide. Find us on Instagram, or you can just go to manifeststyleworldwide.com for the whole blog. We also have a YouTube, so just check it out. I'm sure you'll really enjoy all the pictures we have. We got some interviews with trendsetters,
some big dudes in Austin. Yeah, some big dudes in Austin doing some big shit, man, especially in the fashion industry. Hey, you know, it's really cool too. It's a cross-platform blog. You know, he gets artists, he gets musicians, he gets all kinds of people from all different walks of life, and talks about how they express themselves in their fashion and their style. We were watching a Tony Robbins video just the other day, and he was talking about building rapport. And he said one of the first things about building rapport, and something that you want, right? That's how you influence people in the world, and then we're all looking for influence, guys. Hey, if you get on Instagram, talk about, hey, look at me, that's because you want influence, right? You want the lending attention of people so that you can, I don't know, some people need to feed their ego. Maybe you're trying to, you know, sell an important product or add value. But my point is, the first thing that you're selling is your fashion. The first thing that anything says about you is the way that you dress and the way that you appear. It says a lot about you. We were talking a lot about how people are perceiving Ollie completely different now based off of his new hairstyle. Like they treat you one way one minute, they'll treat you a completely different way the next. So, which is, like he said, a good shrug. I feel you on that. You know, it's not about attracting everybody. It's about attracting the people that you want to. You know, but my point is, how you represent yourself is going to attract, you know, certain things about you. So stay up to date on that fashion. That's all just a plug for Ollie, man. You should really go check it out because I love to check his updates. They're really easy to, you know, just digest and check out what's happening on the local street scene in Austin. It's dope. Yeah,
thanks, man.
Yo. Always. Love teamwork makes the dream work. So, nonetheless, you got your purpose. If you don't have it, like I said, keep striving. Just keep chasing those things inside you that make you feel good. The things that you like, right? And keep thinking about, we always talk about, you know, how can you give back in that area? You know, that's really where your destiny is going to come from, is the mark that you leave on the rest of the world. Not the things that you get from it, but the way that you can give and impress on the world. So take your talents, take whatever it is. If you like to talk, then take that talk and find out what you like to talk about and talk about that shit. Put it out to the world. If you like politics, you know, don't just sit at home bitching about politics. Get up, study politics, learn how to play the game, because it's all a game, guys. It's all a system, whatever system you want to get in. If you want I don't want no boss, I just want to kick up and be chill system, then fine, then learn how to day trade. Then learn that shit. Just do the system, right? But once you find that purpose, we're going to talk about how can I just drive on that nonstop? How can I continuously go? It's goals, guys. Goals, goals, goals. That's something that has always propelled me, is my own want to accomplish things in life. It's one of the reasons I left the military, is my goals were outside of what the military would allow me to do, so I knew I had to grow out of that. A lot of people would be like, well, how'd you know? Are you sure you're not going to have to rebuild? And I have. I took a huge pay cut. I had to rebuild my life. But by knowing and setting my goals, writing them down, staying intent on them, it allows me to know exactly what decisions I need to make in my life. Do I need to stay in this job? Is it going to allow me to grow into what I want to accomplish in the next 6 months or the next year, right? So I think even as, if you really want to get started, when you're getting started, I think the shorter goals, the better, If you're setting a long-term goal, like a year or 2 years, even 6 months can be long sometimes, because you're trying to get started. And getting started, you have to be constantly focused on whatever your grind is or whatever you think your destiny is going to become.
Well, I was recently listening to some seminars and stuff by Jim Rohn. One of the things he was also saying is don't be afraid to write down even the small things that you want.
Yeah.
Because the more things you write down, the more things you can check off. And that act of checking those off is showing yourself the progress that you're making.
Yes.
And so, if you want to throw those, year goals on there, you can.
You can.
But just make sure, like you were saying, that you also put small-term goals
Build up
on
on
there.
it.
Because if you don't have any small-term goals, then if,
gets
let's
caught
say
in
you have,
dreamland.
5 goals that are all going to be, 2 years out. A year in, you still haven't accomplished any of those goals, and you feel like, oh man.
And then it propels it another 2 years, because you say, well, I still have to. Trust me, guys. Big term, short, long term goals. As you get building into, I think long term goals are what you're chasing, right? But too many of us get stuck in that 6 month to a year out bubble, because that's safe. A year from now, 2 years from now, it's like, I got plenty of time to work into it, and look,
I can chill.
I'll be ready then in a year. Just get out of that.
That's the equivalent of saying I'll do it tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
I'll get that done in the next 6 months to a year.
So I think you really got to get into short-term goals, man. What am I trying to accomplish this month? What am I trying to accomplish this week? Because as you start to build on those weekly goals and monthly goals, if you just say, look, you don't have to read an entire book, overnight. It's not even gonna be beneficial in your time, right? But in your personal development, say, okay, I'm just gonna read a chapter of this book this week. I feel like I don't have a lot of time in my schedule, so I know that I could squeeze out at least 15, 20 minutes to just read out, a couple of these pages. If you can't, dude, you don't got a life. You need to reassess, stop what you're doing, reassess everything. If you can't find at least 15, 20 minutes.
Yo, how many hours do you sleep at night? Because if you sleep more than 4 hours, you can take one of those days a night and knock it down to 4. And I guarantee you, they've actually done studies that you can function the same on 4 hours of sleep as you can on 8 hours.
I don't buy that bullshit. You need 8 hours of sleep every single night.
Don't try to sleep 4 hours every night, but at least push yourself sometimes.
Right.
You gotta be.
That's the only way you're gonna grow. That's the only way you're gonna grow is if you step out of your comfort zone.
That's how you get the leg up above the person next to you.
I agree.
Because it is a competition, even as much as you.
What time are you waking up?
Oh, I'm waking up 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock every morning. 5 o'clock every morning. What time are you waking up, Marcus?
5:30.
5:30 in the morning. Hey, look, that's it. Early birds. They catching them worms. No, what did I like what Benjamin Franklin said? He said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's true. The best ideas are in the morning, man. So get your sleep. But get up and get going in the mornings, man. Get to sleep early. Get up and get going in the early mornings.
What time do you go to bed?
Usually in bed by 10, if not 11. 11, I really can start getting itchy at 11.
Man, I got to get to bed by 9.
Yeah. 5. But that is not counter advice to what we were just saying, because at the same time, if we have anything to do, if we're going to grind out, if we're going to, we feel like we need extra time to propel, trust me, I'm willing to give up almost every single one of those motherfucking hours to get it done. So, like I said, do what's healthy for yourself. We're never telling you to do anything that's going to put you outside of balance. We talk about balance. But a lot of you guys be out there bullshitting, talking about, well, I gotta get so much sleep, but you're rolling out 10 minutes before it's time to go to work. Yeah. That's not enough time to prepare for your day. So give yourself a little bit of extra time to work on some of these short-term goals, man. Chunk out an hour, 2 hours if you can a day, man. 1 hour after work, 1 hour before work, whatever, and say, you know, I'm gonna accomplish this much on this goal and this much. And just start breaking them down 1 week at a time, man. And as you start to check those weeks, right, and they build into a monthly goal. So say you said, I'm gonna read a chapter every week, right, and I'm trying to finish this book in whatever, X amount of months, X amount of weeks, whatever. Once you hit that medium-term goal, you're like, dang, yo, I read this, you know, I know this little skill now. I'm feeling myself a little bit, you know.
Yo, I just finished reading a book. It took me like 2 years.
Yeah.
Man. And as soon as I finished it, one of the most amazing feelings was like, man, the person I am when I started reading this book and the person I am now is so different. And I almost feel like I want to start reading it again, like right now, just because I know I'm going to get something different out of the beginning of it.
See? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, as you're propelling on those goals, man, like you said, you'll start to grow, you'll start to progress, you'll start to learn things. I know as I started chasing off on my day trading journey, this is just a really good example of this, is you start off just so stupid lost like everybody else. You know, I had no idea what a price chart was, no idea what a candlestick, just none of this stuff. It was just foreign language. And I remember just watching these videos and just being like writing stuff down, and just I was self-teaching myself too, so that was even more difficult. I'm just watching YouTube videos. It wasn't like I could just follow this program. So I'm just, okay, all right, you know, connecting dots after you hear somebody explain something so many times. You're like, okay, I get it. That's a support and resistance, you know. And then as a couple weeks go by, you know, I still feel like I'm dumb. And then I start talking to other people. They're like, what you doing over there, Rod? And I'm like, I'm day trading. You know, I'm working on my charts. And they're like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, what, man? You know, this is the ABCD patterns, and this is, you know, price action moving up and down and coming off price resistance. And I start telling them these things. I'm like, damn, dude, I'm starting to know a little bit about this stuff. Like, shit, you know, I mean, I might not know everything, but I'm knowing some things, you know. One more example I love is this dude Remington comes over to my office. Hey, Remy, where you at, man? Come hang with us sometimes. But, you know, a buddy of mine, he comes by my house and he's like, you know, I'm a DJ. And I said, that's sick, dude, you know, drop me something. And he's like, yeah, you know, he hits it, it's fire. You know, he drops some fire stuff on the turntables. And then I go like, yo, you should be doing it. He's like, well, I'm not that good. You know, I don't know a lot about it. I've only been at it a year. And I said, oh, you don't know nothing about it? I was like, okay, well, hold on. Step out the way. So I pushed it out the way and I said, look, man, I'm going to drop some shit right here. He said, oh, okay, cool. I put on the headphones and stuff. I'm like, all right, you ready? I'm about to drop this fire. And I said, hey, how do I start it? He was like, okay, you press this button. I'm like, all right. And I give him that dooch. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, well, what do I do with this? And he was like, all right, well, you got to spin this right here. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I do this for about 5 or 6 times. I'm like, all right, what's that do? He's like, all right, well, then I started looking at him and said, see, this is not knowing what the fuck you're doing. You know, this is, you know things. You know, you're making progress.
So to give yourself the credit that you're due for real, because sometimes we keep looking at our goals and then we don't also take the time to step back and look at the goals that we checked off. Because those are really the things that like we're living for. To be able to look back when we're like all old and decrepit and can't move and see this big old list, like as long as those like cartoon lists that Santa Claus has. Like all the shit that you had as goals that you checked off.
And done. You know, I just caught that advice, and this is the second time I've caught that advice this week about paying attention to your progress, you know, and really taking some time. Sometimes not always be getting stuck in your gotta brain of all the things that you gotta get done or gotta accomplish, you know. And trust me, guys, I'm gonna talk about these goals and not talk about task lists. You have a million task lists as it is. Go to, you know, do my laundry, email Bill at the end of, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about personal development goals, you know. I'm talking about chasing that destiny of yours, not, you know, your day-to-day things that the world is drawing from you. That's different. That's planning and scheduling. What we're talking about is goal setting in the sense of who do I want to become? Where do I want to, you know, grow in areas of my business? Do I want to get better at sales? Do I want to, you know, work on a new business plan? Do I want to pick up a new skill or study on my hobby, write a book, you know, whatever that big thing that your destiny is, that's what we're talking about setting goals on, okay? So, like you said, set those, but take time to look back. You know, I do this probably, I think when I check off one of those intermediate goals we talked about, so if I have like weekly goals, I think usually when I get to one of those corner milestones, Mod Sun was a big one for me. Yeah. When I check that off, I think it sends me in a recycling mode. Kind of law of attraction is because I get that feeling of accomplishing those goals, and it reminds me of all the other goals that I have had accomplished. and then it just continuously, it gives you confidence, guys. You're not going to have it overnight. You're not just going to, I mean, I still, to this day, as we're growing and progressing in our entrepreneurial lives, I still don't feel confident all the time, but the more I step through those incompetences and the more I gain the skills and check off the goals.
You gotta show up even if you don't feel confident.
Right.
Because if you show up and you keep showing up, that's how you're gonna make it.
Yes. Yes.
And like really, another thing to be wary of too is while you want to look back and you want to make sure that you're looking at all these goals that you accomplish and you're feeling good about it, don't also fall in the trap of complacency, because you can always do better.
Yeah.
And you deserve
Yes,
better. Sometimes people think like, I had this one friend who was like, man, like, what if I'm asking too much of God? And I was like, man, God's storehouses are endless.
No such thing.
You think that like anything you could ask for is too big? That's like almost like infuriating and like limiting to God.
Right.
You know, like
that's like the fish saying, I don't have enough water.
Yeah.
Like the ocean's not big enough for me, God. No, trust me, it's abundant as all get out, man.
About that life.
The universe is ever expanding, and whatever craziness that you can come up with, that's your destiny. Because that is that thing. It's your purpose that you choose, right? It's that route, and you'll know. You'll say, well, how do I know then? If I get to choosing it, it's not, and I got to pull it out of the million different things that I could be in. How do you feel? How do you feel in your heart? Every morning, are you excited, awake? Are you chased? Like, is it just pulling you out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning that you just got to get it? Is it the thing that's on your brain when you go to sleep at night? Like, man, I want to be, or I just wish I could have. I wish I could hold. Those are the things that let you know what your destiny are. They're the omens, the signs, the motivation that everybody's looking for is just those feelings in your heart, It's just the question, are you going to be able to step up every single day, ignore fear, ignore judgment, ignore any other perception, and just build on one goal after the next. So, please, I want you guys, have no fear. This is a challenge to you guys watching the live show. We're going to, talk about growth and getting better. We're getting better. We're going to set some goals for ourselves. Type some goals that you have in the comments right now, guys. Just drop me. It could be anything, like Ali said, a goal that you have in your marriage, goal that you have in your community, just whatever. Man, I want to run a 5K this month.
What's the goal, Marcus?
I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. Give me something, What's your goal? Get fitter. Get fitter? That's get fitter? Man, we got to take it back to school.
It's still something.
It's something, but we got to tell you, get specific in your goals, guys. Get fitter is not a goal.
I'm trying to get an orange KTM dirt bike in the next 5 years.
Next 5 years? That's a 5-year goal. I'll give y'all a short-term goal. I'm trying to get this RV here before summer ends. I'm trying to get this motherfucking all-black RV tour bus that we can take on the road and start promoting the book. So that's definitely going to be dope. So anyways, what time is it? Am I on time? 7:20. I swear, I just do it naturally, man. I don't even know how it happens. It's like an internal clock in my mind. It's 7:30, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed this week. I had some innocent bystanders who shook me off the loop for a second. But my mind had to deal with like 10 different things at once. All of a sudden, I was like, did you need something? We just pulled up, guys. So I'm like, at any minute the FBI could like jump out of here and kick us out. Hey guys, I appreciate you coming checking out the RodthePlanter live show. Come check us out again next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's just a 30-minute little lesson to get you pumped up. Goal setting. I know you're going to tell me, Rod, we know this. Goal setting, then set the goal. Drop it in the comments below. Let me hear about it, And then that way when we all know about it, we can hold you accountable. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of somebody to hold you accountable to your goals. You need it. That's what we do every single day. That's what we said. It said, hey, Marcus, that's not a good enough goal. That's what you need. You need somebody to say, hey, get more specific. So drop it on us. Let us know what your goals are, guys. Maybe we can help too. And definitely, hey, anything we can do to help somebody else, we'll definitely try. So we love you all. Thank you again. I'll see you next week. Go ahead and smash some loves. Give me some thankful, some thankful on there. We got the new thankful reaction. I would love to see some little flowers on there. I'd be grateful for that. So I appreciate you all. Take it easy.